Genuinely enjoy coloring a haunted house with kids every year.
You imagine that, like a corporate office, like, company-wide email. Here's a picture of Jackalope. Take time out of your day to color.
A jackalope.
Best, or Jackalope, Jack-o'-lantern. Paint this. Best one gets a $25 gift card to Chili's.
Chili's.
Oh, it would be Chili's.
Yeah.
Or
Applebee's.
It's all the same shit. It's all deep fried. I'm not impressed by anything on, like, I hate to say that, but like, you know, now that we're older, we're in our 30s. It's like you see those restaurants, and you know in your head, you're like, you could walk into a Chili's, fucking Applebee's, like that type of style. You know exactly what the fuck you're gonna get, like good and bad.
Good and bad, yeah. They're kind of the jack of all trades. Kind of
like, you know, like
Longhorns. A little bit of everything.
Unless you're a vegetarian.
Like you go to Longhorns, normally you pay up for that meal, but normally you have pretty good experience.
Oh yeah,
like the food apps and those things are pretty good. There's restaurants that are just like that. You pay up and they're worth the step up, but
yeah,
you know what you're getting. Fucking Applebee's. You're going either for some quick bites, or you're going to get fucking hammered.
Yeah,
because they literally have like the best drink deals.
Yeah, they brought back some kind of margarita thing.
Excellent drink deal.
Yeah, it's like
that's what we should do. We should go to fucking Applebee's one night. Just
after we just sat here and talk mad shit about Applebee's, you want to go to Applebee's?
No, I didn't say they didn't have good drink deals.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. It's like Buffalo Wild Wings, for instance. Like, listen, I'm not hating on them. Everything on that menu except the salads can probably be thrown in the deep fryer, with the exception of the burgers.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they could deep fry a burger if they wanted to.
If they wanted to,
I'm pretty sure they already
could be done.
But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and that food's fine. I eat it every now and then when I feel like just eating some wings.
Right.
But like, you know,
I mean, it's bar food and it's overpriced chicken nuggets.
So wait, you were saying earlier that your mom like does stuff on Halloween. Were you like, when you're growing up, did she ever make a special like Halloween themed meal?
Every Halloween they did a Halloween themed meal.
Mom
it was always the night. It was always the night before Halloween. On Halloween, we do sloppy joes.
Sloppy Joes.
Okay, sloppy joes.
I guess growing up, my grandmother, hear me out. I guess they always listen. It was a Catholic family. They had 3 boys, 3 girls. It was a big household. Okay,
sloppy joes.
So you got to think about it this way: like sloppy joes on Halloween, whenever all the kids were running around doing different shit, it was quick, convenient. You know. We whip it up, and yeah, it was efficient. And the night before Halloween, they started this, I think, when all the kids had kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we did a Halloween themed dinner every year. When my grandmother lived near us, decorating her house was a big Halloween event, in which we always did the first week of October. And then my 2 aunts would come to town with my mother. And that's like where they would, you know, not only dress up as witches on Halloween, but like I said, the night before Halloween, they do the Halloween dinner. This year, it's they have a menu. They have everything. I can't remember the name of it. I hate to say it. They have a
menu.
Yeah, let me.
Amazing.
And let me text Jenny and see if she can.
So it's a thematic meal.
It is. It's this year's theme. I want to say is like zoo themed.
It's zoo themed.
That's kind of random. That's not very Halloweenish.
That's what I'm saying.
What was the food that you made?
Well,
my mom did like the Martha Stewart Halloween cookbook stuff, where it was like all spooky looking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ghoulish mashed potatoes and like. You know, like zombie cheddar stick. Like, dude, it's the
Witch's
shit.
fingers.
Witch's fingers?
Mm-hmm.
What are those, like cheese sticks?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. And they have like an off or something at the end of it. Yeah. Like, you do these twice baked potatoes and make them look like ghosts. That's a real fun one.
What is spaghetti and meatballs?
The spaghetti and meatballs was a big one because it was like brains and eyeballs.
Yeah.
Because like,
or worms.
cut I forget, I guess olives or something she put in the meatballs to make it look like an eye.
Grant, I'm pretty sure Bailey and I, we watch what we do in the shadows.
Yeah.
But you've seen the movie, right?
I love
No, I've never seen the movie.
You've never seen the movie?
Ugh.
Dude, I hate that about you now. I really wish. There's a scene where, do you know how vampires can like hypnotize people? Like,
Yeah.
they basically run this like ongoing joke, or like this like they'll have people over and they'll feed them spaghetti, right? And then all of a sudden they'll be like, "You're eating worms," and then people like freak out. It's just like a little inside joke.
It's a Lost Boys throwback.
You showed me this one.
Dude, we never watched that. I'm pretty sure we did.
I've never watched the movie, you know. Yeah.
Well, we'll do that next time I come over or something. We'll have to. We'll watch that. We'll get that for your birthday.
Oh shit!
I'll buy the DVD.
I'm pretty sure I have the DVD.
Do you?
Yeah,
we love that show, man. Well, welcome everyone to our Halloween special.
Oh, we starting now?
I guess we've been starting. Yeah. We're just kind of talking here.
Like the late title card.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Kind of lets everything flow a little bit more naturally. And plus, like, the introductions to episodes are like the hardest part. And since we don't really have like a specific thing, we're going to be talking about
Halloween.
Halloween. And so that could be anything from horror movies to Halloween traditions like we were just talking about, and so much more. So I'm joined with Grant and Bailey, and yeah, we're just hanging out. Grant is not with us, but we're doing this over Discord right now. So
I'm dead.
This is the ghost of Grant. We have used a Ouija board. Have you ever used a Ouija board?
I mean, yes. And
I've absolutely not. Let me be clear.
Never again.
Absolutely not.
It was a traumatic experience of my youth, and it was more of a prank. And then I've heard horror stories from other people. Yeah, no, my sister's pulled a terrible prank on me one time and like cried myself to sleep. It was fucking awful. Oh, it was rough. Yeah, I don't know, mentally messed me up for years.
What happened?
It's a whole. It's worth session with.
Can you share with us?
So, as my sisters did growing up, you know, they had friends come over, and it was, I guess, around this time of year, and it was both my sisters, and they had one of their friends was a set of twins, and they were both there. And a few others. There's 5 or 6 of them all together, and I was probably, let's say, 2nd, 3rd grade. I was young. I was impressionable.
Yeah, it's pretty young.
I was young, something like that. I was a kid, you know.
Young, now, you know,
and young-ish. Well, yeah, just like an idiot, and that age, and they're all older than me by 2 or 3 years at least. I'm the youngest of the group, obviously, and you know, we start talking, and they, you know, they whip out this Ouija board. They convince me they talk to the dead and this, that, and the other, and they give me the rundown, and so it was like it was late. It was probably like 9:00 at night, 9:30, and yeah, late for a kid, you know, to be hanging out with his sister and her friends, you know, and and so we start playing Ouija. We start fucking around with this Ouija board. We turn off all the lights, and we have one candle, and they start asking it questions, and it's like, "Are you here with us?" And it's like, "Yes." And you know, "Are you nice?" "No." And then like about this time, one of the girls, I can't remember who it was, like blows out the candle.
Oh no!
Now, so this was all I needed. You know, every square inch of me, you know, 3rd grade Grant was just like, I'm out, and this is it. So I go for the door, full speed, like just sprinting, like, you know, going for the gold, and I hit that door, and they had locked it. and the
Oh
lights were off.
no! Oh
And I tell you, I hit
no!
that door, man. You could hear that door splinter a little bit, just like just like ooh, like And I eventually got out of there, and I was like, "Ah, fuck, we made it angry. We made it angry." Like I'm hysterical. And then, of course, like mom gets involved, and she's pissed off at this point because I am like, uh, you know, clearly I've been psychologically just broken. Like I've been like shattered, and mom could see it in my eyes. I was like, we gotta make peace with it. Like, just hysterical, as a kid would be. And then so like one of my sisters, and I look back on it, so cringe and embarrassing. God bless them. One of them had to put me to bed in this other room. It was like, hey, it's fine. We were just fucking with you, and we weren't doing
Damn.
anything. We weren't doing anything bad, and like I did believe him. Like cried myself to sleep.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna
And
trust you or anything you say
oh
now.
yeah, I'm not going to trust anybody or anything you say.
Yeah,
Like
no. Yeah.
and so yeah, so that was my one personal experience with the Ouija board. I was very young, and I never picked up an interest for some reason after that. I was like, no, that's all right.
Yeah, not a big
And
fan of messing with the dead or trying to communicate with evil
no,
spirits or
I
demons,
I
anything like
heard some
that.
stories, and yeah, like dude, they terrify me. I'm not with that.
Not with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna ask Bailey, but have you ever gone to anywhere like spooky haunted or anything real life?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
Really?
a couple times, yeah.
Couple times?
Yeah, but the only legitimate place we were supposed, like, the legitimate place, I was like, no, fuck this. No, thank you. I was like, do I look like I can handle someone else's demons? Like, no, I'm good, thank you.
Oh no. What was it? Do you mind? Do you feel
So the one I was too chicken shit to go in was
Yeah.
Pinhurst in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
And it's like a famous haunted asylum. And,
Oh
like, all
no.
this shit.
I would
Like,
not mess with like
that's what
any
I'm saying. It's an
abandoned
asylum.
hospitals
Mhm.
or anything
But
like
I've
that.
been in a lot of abandoned like houses,
Yeah.
grocery stores, and things like that in the backwoods.
Yeah, there was like an obsession like for me after seeing Blair Witch to like find some kind of like old abandoned stuff in the forest. And there was one friend that I'll probably have to tell Grant after we record that I remember going over to his house, and it was up he lived in a neighborhood close to our town's YMCA. And I remember there was like this old abandoned house that we'd go to in the forest, and we'd all just go in there and just wreck shit, like break it.
You were the problem. I was going in to like take photos and like
no man,
explore, and you guys were in there. You were the problem.
What? Like it was weird, we were just young, man. We were trying to get out our frustrations. But yeah, like stuff like that was always intriguing because I was like, yeah, we'd go there during the daytime. And I'd be like, yeah, I can handle this. Like I could probably go to a lot of the spooky places
in the daytime.
If I'm in a group of people because my survival chances are increased, hopefully.
Just because you have a longer stride.
No, well, sure, but like also like I don't know. You can ask Grant. Like I get a little charged up. I'm more brave and amped to go do things, but then I kind of like feel like, hey, why don't you get in front? And like I'll go in after you. Like I convince people to go in. I convince people to get on board, and then I'm kind of like, but I'm gonna take that back seat. Like, yeah, for sure.
You'd all be running out of this building. You trip and fall, be like, y'all wait up, and look, be like, I'll be the first one to call the cops. And he'd be out the man, I'm out.
Well, Grant, remember?
I'll send reinforcements.
Remember when we go to Bear Creek Swamp and places like that, man? We have like a little moment where we're like on some ghost hunter type shit.
Bear Creek, was this I think it was so much more local lore than it was for real. I still don't think it has any legit history. I've heard everything from Civil War to Civil War till people got lost to Indian to everything.
All sorts of stuff, yeah.
It was just a place in the middle of nowhere to go and kind of creep yourself out. We swore up and down we saw things and lights, and
We did see lights. No, like that.
We did see
happened.
lights. I'm not
So
gonna
you saw
lie.
fireflies?
I did
No, it
witness
was
that.
not fireflies. There,
Or car lights?
it has
or...
been scientifically proven or like debunked.
You said it's a swamp, right?
Right.
There's like swamp gases.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
friction
what-
could ignite those.
Well, there was like times we would, we're walking down essentially a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, and like when you're walking in the pitch black, and then all of a sudden a light appears that just goes, and you're like, oh, what? And it's not a firefly because it's a different light. It's a different thing. Just we start running, and then somebody would fuck with one of us. Go to the back of the windows in the cars and put handprints. Because like you're driving down a dirt road.
That was another big thing.
Yeah.
Part of the lore was one of the stories was if you'd go and you'd park at a certain place and put like baby powder or something on the hood of your car and
shut
sit
off
there
your
long
car.
enough. Yeah, like you'd see footprints or some shit.
Yeah.
So
it was weird. It was cool to set up. Like I think everybody deserves to have that kind of local legend or something spooky and creepy. Like, hey, isn't there bridges that if you go over, when you're going one way, there's 13. When you come back, there's 12 for some reason.
Yeah.
Something
there's
like that.
something like that in Alabama, or I've heard of that lore. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. I like urban legends and shit like that. Like I get down. Like I think a lot of people think of like ghosts and spooky stuff, but I kind of like those like local legends and tales.
I mean, we went and did the whole Old Cahaba, which is like the biggest ghost town in Alabama. We went and did, Best Lady and I went and did the hike there. Yeah, it's where the ghost shirt's from. It was the first capital of Alabama. Like they moved it and then moved it back. It was like this whole thing, but it's supposedly one of the more haunted places, like on the power axis of the Alabama River and a bunch of other. There's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Yeah, it's very interesting. It was not spooky. It was gorgeous, but like old, I have a weird thing for graveyards. I think they're very beautiful.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So we tried to go to a Confederate graveyard.
I've been to a couple
it took us on a journey. Yeah, it's weird, man.
It is a weird experience. But this was like that because like you could see the people that like died in a duel. Like their gravestones mention each other.
Oh, that's weird.
And like unrequited love is like mentioned on a few, and like it's really weird. But it's like the first capital of Alabama.
Well, we forget, like, to be honest, there was a war fought in a lot of these, like in this area.
Yeah, but like some of those headstones are like the last petty market. Is all I'm saying. Like
I would
like.
Honest to God, I would like to go sit right at dusk, maybe an hour into dark.
Okay.
Gettysburg.
Oh, that would be spooky.
Gettysburg.
I heard
really
it is
sad,
nuts.
but it's really cool.
I've
never been at night though.
Oh yeah, you can look
at
things online. Yeah, dude, like you can see
apparitions
like
of course you've been
everywhere.
Yeah, I did all the.
Okay, get into that.
And by the way, weekend trip to Salem in October is always on my bucket list.
That would be awesome, man. I wonder if it's one of those things though that you get there and there's just so many people, it kind of ruins it because it's become such a thing. Like you realize real quick, you get there and you go, I was not the only one that thought this would be cool. And sometimes that's fun, but then sometimes like I'll see things on Instagram and it's like, oh, look at this beautiful like view, and then it's like, but here's the reality: is like everybody's here.
It's also taking
it's crowded. It's
well, if you probably went any other time other than October, you're probably good to go.
Yeah, you almost want to go like September or November, maybe. Just see, I think autumn up northeast in older towns and stuff, the aesthetic alone would be worth it. And then I'm sure like Salem is like that's their thing. They're not just gonna kind of, hey, we're a regular town now, okay, guys? It's not October.
Yeah. You know what it's like to persecute people unjustly? Come on down to Salem. We'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, witches. Yeah, like history and geography play a huge role in spooky stuff, dude. I remember the lead singer from Aerosmith. He was on Joe Rogan, and he said this is what he thinks ghosts are. He thinks that like we are energy, and since energy is neither created nor destroyed, it like attaches itself to a location. It can like attach itself to a
I mean,
location
that's the closest like scientific explanation for certain things.
for a house being haunted.
Well, yeah,
Or
or
anything.
anything like
Yeah.
that, to be like energetically charged or have
Or
higher
transferred, yeah.
like rates of, because some of that can
Maybe
be
you got to like
measured.
earn your way, into the afterlife. You have to put in like a good 10 years as a ghost.
You got to be good guy
You
ghost
know.
for 10 years so
Yeah,
you
you
can
got to
go
be a good
to.
solid ghost.
How
You
can
gotta
you be
dick
a
around
good
and
That is
ghost?
never-
limbo. You're like, limbo is your
You got to scare
ghosthood.
all your loved ones. While
You're
you're trying to
supposed to
grieve and get
scare
over
people?
it.
Is
Come
it
back,
scare
you're
them,
like,
or you're supposed to like assist them? And if you scare them, you're like, you gotta add a year.
Oh, I see.
No, that's
I
too
truly
straightforward and
believe my
justified.
childhood home was haunted. Like all
Really?
of our electronics would like turn themselves on and then like change station and shit.
Oh no.
And I was always like, that's weird. My sister would just like go sit outside and have a cigarette for a minute. She's like, fuck this,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Dude, well, hold up. Like, your childhood home, was it older?
No, but it was built like right alongside the like old Montgomery Railroad.
Oh. It's...
So like
Oof.
those railroad tracks are super old.
Well, see, like, Bailey has this thing about wanting to, like, live in a old house.
I will live in an old
And
house.
I'm like, no, I'm good.
I
No.
will
my
at some
my
point live in an old
grandfather
house.
had an older house, and it creeped me out.
It was
and
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's
I
gorgeous.
love
Stunning.
the look. Yeah, I'm all about that. The
Mhm.
aesthetic. Mwah. But I remember that and a couple other experiences being in a place that looked like your typical older house. And I just can't sleep. I'm just like, there's too much history. There's too many creaks. There's
There's
too
a
many
lot of creaks.
noises. I'm not a big fan.
A lot of creeks.
So my dad's cousin,
Uh-huh.
they have a house up in North Alabama, and it was actually used as a Union hospital during the Civil War,
Oh, so it's haunted.
and
I'll give you that.
it was owned by an Indian at one point. Before the Indian was the second person to own it, and then there was settlers that owned the. I mean, it's nuts. They have
It's
they
just
have the
been
whole
passed
history.
on.
But let me tell you, Bailey, you can want to live in an old house all you want, but like, I'll say this. I'll say this. If the house is old enough to have been built by people that didn't want to be here, I don't want to live in it.
Okay, that's actually a fair point.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll give him that one.
Okay. See,
I'll give him
If
that.
it's that
part.
old, like, hey, you want to do the 70s? Frank
No, we
Lloyd
live
Wright
in a
houses?
70s house now. It's no good.
Like, hey, I'm okay with that. But like, let me tell you, like, colonial and like deep Southern colonial houses scare the shit out of me because I'm like,
they look
Just-
cool.
But they're
there's
beautiful.
no
do.
telling. There's
They
no
are
telling how they were
stunning.
built.
That's right. Yeah.
But they were most definitely not built by people that wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like the energy got
Is off.
put
It's not
plank
good.
by plank to me.
I mean,
would
I'm
be-
just saying, you can bless a home. People
You
can
could
come
be-
out.
who knows the historical accuracy of this specific property, but like to me, it's like we were driving down to Florida the other day, and we're like, it's hundreds of acres, down there in like really deep South Alabama, Andalusia, just on your way to the beach, just off to the right, you see one of those houses, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
yeah,
by-
dude, you're like, come on, like, no way.
I mean, I'm
I would love that.
see, and that's where we just
Yeah, they're
differ.
beautiful homes. Don't
We
get me
just
wrong;
differ.
they're gorgeous, but like
Middle of
the
nowhere.
like the 1800s
Great.
to me is like there's too many generations would have died. There's too much
Yeah,
juju.
too much stuff going on, man.
It's like New Orleans, like beautiful city. I
Orleans.
love it to death, but to me, it's like it's a haunted
but
city.
see,
Not
New
a
Orleans
fan.
got a lot of bad juju. There's a lot
Yeah.
of people that did not
But there's a
want
lot
to
of good
be
juju,
in
too.
New
I feel like
Orleans. That did,
It's a
that had
spooky-
to be
Well, that's
in New
true.
Orleans.
But I feel like
New Orleans
also
was
has a lot
where
of
the
good
people
juju.
came
Yeah.
that did not want
Yeah,
to
that's
be
true.
there.
Well,
It was-
Alabama's no different.
I know, but that's why you buy
Neither
an
one
old
of them
house
are
on the
great.
beach.
True.
I'm not
Oh.
looking for a port town home.
Oh man. Oh, have you ever been out to Savannah? Like one of those towns? Like the really, really old bay towns? Well, I guess just like New Orleans, they're similar.
New
Alright,
Orleans,
those might be
dude.
haunted.
When I was a kid, we went down. We were taking this big
You
summer
were
trip,
traumatized by
and
this trip.
it was we went to like Six Flags in Houston. We went to New Orleans, and we stayed at somewhere like in the middle, like, you know, the most like popular area, like Bourbon, like around Bourbon Street. That was in one of those places. It just smelled like piss, and we went to a voodoo shop, and it just, I was a kid, and I just was like already somebody that was traumatized by horror growing up. So I was open to the possibility. I envy kids that are like, yeah, I don't really watch horror movies or wasn't really exposed to stuff like that. So they don't really concern themselves with like, oh yeah, so this could be haunted or this could be, you know, so many fucked up things could happen. Like intrusive thoughts just pop in your head. You're like, the ghost here.
It's one of those things. I like the way you probably got cursed when you were a kid. Like, little boy in my voodoo shop. You'll remember forever. Like, curse you about like for a long time.
I don't think I fucked with anything. I did have a blue voodoo doll that I had.
Yeah. See,
like,
there you go.
It was very generic. It had like it was.
See, don't mess with voodoo dolls. Don't mess with Ouija boards. Like that's all I'm saying is like let's not mess with things.
I don't know why.
And things don't mess with you.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, when I brought up about the Ouija board, it's just like, I don't fuck with that shit, but I do fuck with that shit because there's, like, a certain line in the sand. Like, I'm willing to go somewhere haunted, but I don't want to bring that home. I don't want to be up in here with a Ouija board.
There's this, like, super creepy house in Greenville, okay?
Yes, and I believe that.
It's, like, wall-to-wall masks. On the outside,
what?
Like all the exterior walls of this house are covered in masks.
What kind of mask are we talking? Like
different kinds of masks. Usually, mostly like think masquerade or Mardi Gras. It's like the majority of what's on the outside of the house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But they're all different, like textures and styles and colors, and
like the jester from Hunchback from Notre Dame.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like some of them have the little bells on them.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So teenage Bailey loved spooky stuff, recklessly so. And we went by one day and one of them had fallen off. Ooh. And I like went to go put it in my car, and a good friend of mine at the time was in the car with me, and she went, I'm not going to touch that. Yeah. And I'm not gonna sit in the car with it, so you're not gonna put it in.
Yeah.
And looking back, I'm like, she had my back. At a critical moment, she was like, let's not bring the creepy thing home.
No.
And I was like, fair point.
If you've watched any horror movie that involves like cursed objects, possessed dolls.
That's why I don't buy old portraits. There are tons of so cool old portraits.
No, those are creepy.
And I'm like, haunted.
You don't think older pictures, like the first photographs, you don't think that people are just weird looking? They just don't look like they are happy?
Well, because normally they're dead in a lot of them.
Not in the picture being taken, like they're not dead. They're dead now.
A lot of them are dead. They're just propped up. Because usually...
Grant, is this true?
I mean, I've heard of some of this before, but like old pictures, you gotta remember too, the cameras were shit. You had to stand still for a long period of time.
In order for it to be in focus.
Yeah, that stoic statue look, like a lot of people, like families, you'd sit there and it not smiling, and it was exhausting. A stoic face, sit there and wait for the picture to be taken.
I mean, I can see that with like paintings and shit, but
no photos were that.
I just feel like we as like a society and human beings, we're not used to this concept of snapshotting a image in time, and people would like you would see like early pictures and stuff. And people look like. They see a camera and they're freaked out. They're kind of like, this is weird, man.
So, quick question. Has anyone ever been tied to any true horror crimes or...
like true crime shit?
Or true crime shit or like actual, like any real events? Have any of y'all?
No.
So I've got a story for you guys.
Oh.
I was going to say the closest... So, I'm Bailey Dare. Like, that's my middle name. Because my grandmother is Virginia Dare. Because her great-grandmother was Virginia Dare. And, like, the first person born in the United States from the Pilgrims is Virginia Dare. And she went missing. Like, that was the Roanoke thing.
Oh, that's
insane. That has always been interesting to me because she never wanted to talk about it. But
Never
she
wanted to
never
talk
wanted to
about
talk
it?
about it, but she said that her grandmother was Virginia. So
Really?
she was Virginia.
That's
awesome.
interesting.
But that's
So-
You
yeah.
never told me that. I guess I never asked, but I
Yeah.
don't know how I would bring.
I mean, like, how does it usually come up?
Yeah, I don't-
Oh yeah, this weird thing. Yeah, no.
yeah, in a podcast, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But it was neat.
That's cool.
Hmm
How do you feel about that?
I always liked my middle name.
Though? You're cool.
You've got a destiny. The will of D. Shout out to One Piece. It's a thing. Y'all wouldn't know.
Come on, Greg, bringing up One Piece.
And it's about the middle name beginning with a D, so it's actually kind of
No,
dead on the money.
You're forgiven. Cool.
So tell us about your story.
What's your
about...
story?
Okay, so I'm not gonna name drop anybody, but like I
Right.
work with somebody who they grew up in Tallahassee, or Tallahassee, Florida.
Okay.
And they're 19, or the person I work with, their friend had a 1970 something brown VW Beetle,
Okay.
and this, I guess, late 70s. The time I may be off, but when I tell you who it is, it'll all align. Anyway, so there was a killer that came through Tallahassee and killed a bunch of college girls, and then got arrested. Not too far outside of town, or on his way back out west. And that was Ted Bundy. And the car that he stole was my coworker's friend's car, and it was that 1973
Okay.
Volkswagen Bug.
Oh.
And he had stolen it, and it was driving, and he had gotten arrested in it. And my coworker's friend, had to go to court to testify and to get his car to testify. It was his vehicle and all this shit.
That
And ran into Ted Bundy.
Oh, cool. Wonderful. Ran into
Ted Bundy, yeah, at the courthouse.
Cool.
And and he said it was cool as a cucumber, man. He was like, "Oh, hey man, what's up?" He's like, "What are you here for?" He's like, "Here to testify you stole my car." He's like, "Oh, that brown VW Bug?" He's like, "Yeah, that was it." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It was a good car. Yeah, sorry about that, man." And then he was just on his way, arrest assisted away. But like,
that is the most uncomfortable way to have interacted with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my bad, man. It was a good car. Not
crazy,
unnerving at all.
My coworker's friend, Tallahassee, Florida.
That's pretty wild, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
What are the chances? What are
they called? 6 degrees of separation or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
how'd that get brought up? Like, how does someone bring that up?
What do you mean?
Were y'all just talking and they were like, "Yo, let me tell you this crazy fucking connection that I have with this."
Oh well, yeah, because we were talking about certain things, and his buddy had a picture of it on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
He was standing next to his old Beetle Bug, and he's like, "Here's the story behind it." And oh yeah,
it's a weird flex to show off your murder car.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. It's a weird flex. Do you want to look at my car that Ted Bundy murdered people in?
Yeah, right. It was it'd be something like take a girl on a date. You're just driving down, guess whose car this was? Who's Ted Bundy's? Like, no smooth way to say that.
Oh man.
Oh, that's weird.
It's a weird flex, but a flex indeed. I mean,
like the people that said they bought Jeffrey Dahmer a drink at a bar.
Oh god.
I wouldn't be telling people that. That's what I'm saying.
I do find true crime stuff scary. Like, I think I didn't grow up.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I always did. But what was that old man?
Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes.
Yeah.
He haunted my dreams.
Yeah, that shit fucks
like that. Me up. That messed me. I had to ask my grandmother that we could stop watching that before bed.
Which channel did Unsolved Mysteries come on?
I don't know, but it came on right after Murder, She Wrote. That's all I remember.
Wow.
And Dateline.
Did you used to catch that, Grant? Unsolved Mysteries? I know they brought it back.
Back in the day, yeah, it was the most terrifying shit
I
saw on television. Yeah, it was.
Because it was like just bad shit can happen at any time. And we
Oh,
haven't.
she was never seen again.
And they're like, remember the title of the show? We have not figured this out.
Like what killed me was like there was always
name.
one episode that stuck with me, and I think it was up in Pennsylvania somewhere, and it was like this road, and apparently it's like the story goes is this guy's driving a truck, and there's this woman in a white dress. She looks confused, so he asks if she needs help, and she gets in, and they talk, and they get a few miles down the road, and he's talking to her, and he turns around, there's nobody there, and apparently like 10 or 15 people had done the same thing, and it's this ghost that will like get in the car and will like talk to people and then like disappear. And it's this girl, and it's
freaky.
Terrifying shit.
But they say that
Unsolved
that's like
Mysteries
more
is-
realistic versions of ghosts because they wouldn't be able to go far past the point you're tied.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like she would be able to get in and have a conversation to a point, but then resets.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the cool thing about Unsolved Mysteries was the variety in it, and it started to get into like supernatural and UFOs, and it wasn't just like somebody got murdered or kidnapped or something. It was like like freaky shit that we just don't have an answer for. It was really cool.
I personally reflect back on all the 90s shit that was all about like alien encounters and people being dismissed, and they're like, nobody believes that this thing happens, and it's like fast forward to
circles.
And you're just like, oh shit.
Well, I was gonna bring that up. I thought about that today when I was thinking about recording tonight. I was like, man, what are some talking points? And something that came to mind was like, as much as we talk about horror movies and stuff like that, like that's always fun. But I think like we're also a generation, because we're all around the same age, and we're a generation that had a lot of spooky stuff on TV, like Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, like stuff like that too.
Scooby-Doo's, all the like, what was the
Outer Limits,
Curse,
Tales from the Crypt, Unsolved Mysteries, shit like that.
A lot of Tales. I didn't watch a lot.
You didn't watch Tales from the Crypt, dude? Oh, I love.
I've seen it. I didn't watch a lot of it.
That would come on super late on the weekends, I think, on like CBS or some shit.
I watched a lot of Tales.
The intro and the Crypt
But I love
Keeper.
Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark too.
Fuck
like I almost never miss it.
Fuck yeah.
Both like I haven't watched Afraid of the Dark in a hot minute. Goosebumps.
Really?
Are You Afraid of the Dark made
ones.
me afraid of drains for a long time.
Really?
Oh yeah. I know
Drains.
what you're talking about. Drains,
especially pool drains. As a person that grew up with a pool and then was like a lifeguard and did swim classes and all that, drains were like a thing for me for a while.
I think we could all agree that Are You Afraid of the Dark was collectively scarier than Goosebumps. Goosebumps was kind of more of like a campy, fun, scary.
Are You Afraid of the Dark was the one that was Canadian, right?
It was. Yeah.
Well, you say that there was a few Goosebumps that were like borderline, like, oh shit, that's terrifying. And let me tell you, like Slappy, anything with the doll, and that correlates with the whole Chucky thing. Like that. It's
what is it? Shit. What is it though, Grant? Like I've never understood why people are afraid of like Annabelle and dolls and stuff like that. Is it? What like tell me what really freaks you out about Slappy?
Well, your impression of like I think your fears and your impressions of certain things like are directly correlated to like when you're exposed to it. I was a kid at a friend's house, and that old traditional of like watching stuff you shouldn't be watching,
right? Because
their parents were more like laid back, and Chucky was on. And I watched Chucky, and it oh God, terrified me. I pulled back the shower curtain, and I don't even know in that movie if like he ever killed somebody in a bathroom, but like something about the shower curtain was the only place that like somebody could actually jump out and scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And like, there was like, I remember a whole year of my childhood where it was like always pulling back the shower curtain, make sure, wasn't gonna get diced up when I went to go take a shit, like I was in prison, something like that. So, but dude, like I was young and I didn't need to see it. Yeah, I was terrified.
But like that's what I'm saying. Was it because it's something that is in your home? Is it something that can sneak up on you? Is there
Well,
this
I
like
think
trust thing? What is it exactly about the Chucky doll that's like
well, I
freaky?
think it's exactly what it is. Like now that I'm older, I'll give you more of an analytic perspective, but like
Yeah. Thank you.
like analytic or in depth. It's because a doll is something that when people are like, "Hey, Luke, if you were to fight a doll to death, would you win?" And naturally in your head, you're like, "Oh yeah, man, I can murder 100 dolls." But you give one of those assholes a knife, and you got Chucky, and you're like, "Oh shit, this is real deal." Like this
Do
is
I have a
tough.
knife?
He's small, well, I don't know. You're running around New York City, whatever the fucking plot of the movie. Like
They plant you in New
it's
York City for this.
it's all cool until like one of them grabs the knife and has evil intentions, and
That's
you're
a
like,
lot
"Look,
of things, though, bro. It's like hand
yeah, now
anything
you're
a
short,
knife.
quick, you're easy, you can easily hide, and you have deadly intentions."
Well, the thing about
It's a
Chucky was that he was a murderer in the first place, but then his soul got transferred into the doll. So he's a bad guy anyways. So of
he's a
course he's
demon
gonna
doll,
murder
man.
people.
He's a demon
Yeah.
doll.
I
He's a
don't think
demon
he's a
doll. Yeah.
demon. He's a guy. Like in the first movie, he's like about to get caught, and he does this like spell, and it transfers his soul into the Chucky doll.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
now, like his whole thing is trying to become human again, right? Like Pinocchio.
So I have to interject on something.
Go for it. Yes.
So Grant talks about he saw this movie way too young.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your favorite
So-
movie is, or your favorite horror movie
A Nightmare on Elm Street.
is The Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
And I was watching that recently.
Yeah.
With my best friend.
That's right.
And then my children came in. And it was the scene where the girl is asleep and her boyfriend is there, and she starts and I was like, my kids should probably not be watching this. And I like turned the channel. But I like could have just kept rolling and wouldn't have thought twice about it. But I don't want to be that parent. I don't want to be the one that gives them
Don't be that parent.
that
Not
media
at their
that
age.
soon.
I wasn't that young when I was exposed to horror. Maybe I was.
Oh, I was. I was most definitely
like-
like 4.
What?
Like I can remember like
Maybe-
vividly my parents
maybe I
watching
blocked
horror
it out.
movie. I mean, that's why I didn't like clowns for like I get Grant on the
see,
doll thing.
I don't get
But
the
mine
doll
was
or
the
the clown
false.
thing.
Mine's the false face thing, which is very like John Wayne Gacy was
But
big
do
when
you
we were
find-
little. Like,
Do you find Pennywise scary?
no, it's more.
So it's not all clowns.
No, it's more like a realistic clown, like what someone would pay to like come to a birthday party.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's the real human with like a false painted on face that makes me
Okay.
uncomfortable.
All right, Bailey, for you, real quick. I don't mean to change the subject, and
Go
I'm
right
not trying
ahead.
to. But okay. So the theme of the dinner is Zubu,
Okay.
and they have Zuziti, which
Okay.
I can't remember. It was Ziti's the
Like
pasta.
Yeah.
Yes, Zuziti. Cheetutery for like a cheetah. Monkey
Oh my
bread,
God.
sauce, sloth salad, dessert. Dessert
monkey
is
bread
snake
dessert?
exhibit, which is, I think Jenny's doing. I can't remember what she's doing for the snake. If she did a
Snake
cake or if she did like
exhibit.
dirt cake. But yeah, they've made names
Oh,
for
dirt
everything.
cake is so cute.
And yeah, that's
pudding with
the theme.
crushed
It's like an
cake and
animal
the
zoo
wormies.
theme. Yeah,
Oh, I see.
Zubu. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like more gore themed.
Well, yeah, they got kids now.
Like
yeah, we were a
horror,
little bit
yeah,
darker.
like
at one
horror
point, but
charcuterie is what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Here, try some of my demon dicks. like not
Exactly.
too adult. But
Exactly.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. Well,
my
if not,
morbid meatballs. But yeah,
if not this year, maybe next.
Oh, we
Well, we'll
definitely
have
have
to
to
do a
do an
theme
adult
dinner
like
together.
theme.
I would
Yeah,
love,
that would be
Halloween
fun.
love to
dinner,
do a
yes.
theme dinner together.
Oh, that would be fun.
Absolutely.
I know, man. Like I think we started this episode talking about traditions. Can't remember now. It seems like
It was traditions,
we've been all over the place.
We have, but it's all Halloween traditions. though.
Yes, it's all good. But that is something that this is one of the holidays that is fun to have traditions. Like
Oh, this is my favorite holiday
Yeah.
tradition.
Like we started going to like the Capri to go see a horror movie every
Mhm.
October. That's fun. We recently just saw Alien.
Which was fantastic.
Really cool.
It was much better in person because you could hear the ambient sound better.
Yes.
You understood
Nice.
the
Yeah.
like silence and the
Yeah.
breathiness and the panic in their tone, and it was good.
It was really good. And then we watched The Shining last year.
Which is also one of my favorite films and books.
Yeah.
In my new tech.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yo, Grant, Bailey's getting a tattoo.
Uh-huh.
And it's do you want to describe the tattoo?
So it's a key, like a hotel key.
You've seen The Shining, right, Grant?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hotel key, and the key ring on it is like the Stanley Hotel and the carpet blending into each other.
Nice.
Or the Overlook, because the Stanley's literally what it's called, but
Yeah.
the Overlook Hotel. And then it's the top of the banner says darling, and the bottom of it says light of my life, which is what he says to her when he starts walking up the stairs with the baseball bat.
Oh wow. I dig it.
Yeah, because The Shining was one of my it is my favorite horror book.
Yeah.
Horror book.
Yeah, because there's stuff in the book that's way more graphic.
Yeah.
And like descriptive in ways that the movie can't be.
What is the
It's just more
scariest movie that you've seen?
Ooh, the scariest movie.
Um
Paranormal Activity fucked me up, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It was
that's
it was the
Yeah.
mundane touches that
Yeah.
like were the thing fucking with them. Like cabinets being open and you're like, did I leave that open? Like,
sleepwalking would freak me out. If you
I sleep
slept
talk.
Well,
Or I
that's-
used to, but I sleep talk. I used to like vividly get up and say things to my sister.
But like if I put a night vision camera in our bedroom and I roll back the footage and at like every 3:33 a.m. I saw you just like don't wake daddy like pop up and fucking do some weird shit, just get out of bed.
She sits straight up out of bed.
He
speaks
does,
like,
dude, and there's
"Look,
that-
I like him."
that one scene, I think there's a scene, maybe I'm not remembering it correctly. I've not seen Paranormal Activity in a long time because it's a slow burn, dude. And once you've
it is
seen
a
it,
slow burn,
you've
but
seen
it made me
The end's crazy.
uncomfortable
It's
in my
super-
own home.
but wasn't there a scene where she just kind of gets up and like walks over there and just stands and watches him sleep
Yeah.
for hours?
Yeah,
Fuck that.
but
If
see,
I woke up and
used
saw
to,
someone-
I used
Ooh.
to sleepwalk like that. Like,
No,
like there
you
was
used to?
yeah, like when I was
You don't
little.
do that anymore, right?
No, when I was little. Like,
Okay.
little.
Like I wouldn't know,
did
dude.
that.
Unless I,
I
like,
think you would know by now.
No, I don't know. You never know. Like, I mean, I could be
Luke
thinking like,
is like
I don't know.
genuinely like, hey, wait a minute.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Tell me now.
Kelly, you ain't never done
That's
that
a
again.
deal breaker. No.
But yeah, Paranormal Activity, and then The Strangers.
Yeah,
The Strangers
fucked up.
fucked me
that
up
was-
big. Like when they're that moment where they're in the hallway and you see them for the first time
Yeah.
in the house,
Yeah.
and you're like, how long have they been in this shot? Like,
Oh,
how
like
long
that.
did I not notice he was standing in that hallway before I noticed he was standing in the hallway?
I don't like that.
And I was, I don't like that at all. I
Yeah.
don't like that at all. Like use of shadows to hide.
Well, a lot
like
of fear
that.
plays off of the fear of the unknown,
Yeah.
and I don't think people like to be in their own home or safe space and feel like they don't have
But they're
100% accountability on everything and anyone, and so that vulnerability, like that something so terrible and scary could happen in the place you're supposed to feel the most comfortable and relaxed.
And the place you are most vulnerable.
I feel like that's why when Grant used to check the shower curtain, it's because like
Yeah.
you're
gonna
so
get me while I'm
vulnerable.
taking a shit.
Yeah, like you're just
that
like,
will
I'm
never
so
happen.
exposed. If anything happened right now, this shit would suck. No pun intended. But
I just don't want to die with my dick out, period. I think it's fair enough to say for most men. Like, it's fine if we die on the toilet. It's fine if we die in the bathroom. Just like, let me not die with my dick out. Like, that's it.
Like, yeah,
That's all
like
I ask.
being in the woods, pissing by a tree, and Jason Voorhees just comes and eats you. You're just like, really, dude? You're gonna could have waited. Yeah.
Opted out with this cock out. Look at this poor man. Jeez.
Terrible. How embarrassing. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Yeah, where were we at now?
He asked me what movies actually scared me.
Yeah, we're talking about Paranormal Activity.
And apparently movies where you're vulnerable make me apparently very unafraid.
For sure. There's some I mean, I remember Ring fucked me up. We went actually for...
it would, with you and your fucking VHS love.
Yeah, VHS love. And also, we went for this friend I had growing up's birthday party. We went to the movie theater and saw it. And it was just fucked up. Because his birthday was in October, too. And I guess, like...
How old were you? When did The Ring come out?
Like early 2000s. I'm pretty sure I'm like 4th through 6th grade easily. And that tape, the imagery, that's kind of like why the fall of the House of Usher and shit like that. I think it's like the disturbing images that kind of just fucks with you. Like the things it's not so much jump scares and like gore, it's just like weird shit that you're like, what the fuck am I watching? If I ever am watching something, a horror movie specifically, and I stop and think at some point and go, what the fuck am I watching? Like if I'm really questioning, like, why would who thought of this? Which is like a lot of Stephen King shit. There's a lot of, I mean, there's just horror movies are fucked up. Like I don't really get into like torture porn shit, like Saw stuff.
Don't. Yeah.
And then what is that? Hostel?
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
Saw The Hills Have Eyes.
Hills Have Eyes.
I think one of the scariest movies I saw was VHS.
VHS is fucked up. Found footage is fucked up, man.
But it's so good. It was
the first one
good. Yeah. The first 3 I think were honestly very good.
I felt like you were experiencing that like frame for frame.
And
just like heavy breathing, didn't know what you were about to look at.
But what's like a modern take now on found footage?
What was that website when we were all in high school? Rotten.com?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Like that. Like there's got to be a version of that for the other generation.
Yeah, I remember that.
But everyone comes across... but everyone comes across that at some point in their life on some variation. But that was...
There's this weird thing about people. Like human beings want to like be shocked and scared. Like there is an experience in this. I don't know. It's like a feeling like no other, man. I mean, it's weird that we have literally in our country and other places in the world, obviously, but this yearly tradition where we want to like for a month or so just scare the fuck out of ourselves. I don't know. It's this like feeling of like I'm scared, but I know I'm in a safe space. Like I'm watching a horror movie or I'm at a haunted hayride or, like whatever.
Those like panic me though.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I would love to go in one.
I mean, I would definitely go in one, but they panic me. There's a movie called The House That October Built. Ooh. And it's about that, but it
fucked you up.
Like there's a reason I haven't been to a haunted house.
I miss going to a hayride. Like hayrides were always fun.
The hayrides were awesome. I'm wondering if they were
especially
still
in like your young 20s, because you just go stand in line and get completely drunk, and then get on the hayride and have a good time.
Love to go. We should, man. Next year, if we got to do that, we got to all get together, and go experience something. That would be fun. I'd love to do that. What was the one that we went? I won't go into too many details, Grant, but I'm just trying to figure out what we went to. I think it was post high school, and I remember we were riding in the back of a truck, or like, and we had to drive pretty far.
Oh God, that was
what was that?
That was talking about when you drove. You ended up driving that night. That was Josh's.
What was
GMC?
That? Yeah. Okay.
Was it the Sloss Furnace that night?
I wondered. I was trying to make sure if I had gone or not. There's another one.
The Sloss Furnace or the
Atrox?
Atrox. I think we went to Atrox that night.
Is great.
Isn't it?
Now we did not get back until like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It was.
Both are closed now.
Both?
Yeah, both.
The Sloss Furnace closed this
Yeah.
year.
Oh, that's...
And it like
Well, it
closed
closed
for
in, like,
all
June.
venues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did they all close? Was it COVID?
Well, no, the Sauce Furnace closed because of some like
Yeah.
Political
super
stuff?
important.
Okay.
The city didn't really want it there anymore.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll definitely look into that because I that's what I was trying to remember, man. It's like those were so fun, man. Those were really, and that's why I was wondering. I didn't even know if they do haunted hay rides or anything.
God, I just remember the H rocks. Like, I remember it was fun, but I remember like the wait was like 6 hours.
Stupid.
It was ridiculous.
Stupid.
That's why I never did those.
Got home at like
They-
5:30 in the morning.
They do that in Century 3 Mall in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it's like one
Mhm.
of the malls that Dawn of the Dead inspired George Romero.
Oh, that's
Like
cool.
it's that layout.
Like 2-story.
It's 3 stories.
Three-story?
Yeah, it's like it's 3 stories, but the whole top story is a haunted house for the month of
Oh,
October.
wow.
Like the entire top floor of the mall. It's
Fucking
just like a maze of haunted house.
It's fucking cool.
And it's very cool.
Did you go?
I don't know that they do it anymore. Yeah, I went for 3 that I lived there. Yeah. It was super cool, but the last year like scared the shit out of me. And then we moved back.
I remember when I still lived up in Maine. I was young, so it was like before 3rd grade. I remember my stepdad and I went to. Essentially, they had created a haunted house inside one of our indoor malls. Like it was just in a wall.
Mhm.
You know how like when you're walking through a mall and they're like, "Yo, this store's coming soon," and it was just flat.
Yeah.
Well, so they basically just made a haunted house. And I just remember it was odd. Like the wall was just, there was no other stores or outlets right next to it. It was just the haunted house. Almost makes you feel if it was real or not, right? It was like one of those like, how'd that get here? So yeah, but I remember fucking crying and being so fucked up, and my stepdad was just fucking laughing. It's like I'm right here, but then he'd be behind me and go, he'd like shake, he'd like jolt me, and I'd be like, what, just making it worse. And it was terrible. It's like people in my life as I grew up were like, this exposes young man to the horrors of this world.
Yeah.
And
They
see-
were pre-traumatizing you so the world couldn't.
Yeah.
Cool. They were just front loading your
There is an adrenaline rush that comes from going through
Oh.
a scary experience. I mean, obviously, as a kid, you're like, this person's going to kill me with that chainsaw, but obviously they're not going to kill you. But you're like, oh my God, it's terrifying. And then it's like something like being in a dark space, you're not knowing where you're going.
But 90% of the time, you're always trespassing too.
Yeah.
You're always somewhere you're not supposed to be.
You don't feel like you should be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's why like a movie like Nightmare on Elm Street, which is like my favorite horror movie, it's probably the one that scares me the most, because one of the things about it is like you don't know what's real, and you don't know what the transitions in those movies were so good. You couldn't tell when they fell asleep, and I'm like, oh my God, that means that anytime I'm thinking I'm just doing normal day life, and then all of a sudden, oh, I fell asleep, and reality is like altered, and my worst fears are gonna kill me. That's great. Can't wait. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, and Freddy Krueger having a personality and like talking shit and fucking with you, like that also was like, what the
being
fuck?
taunted to your death.
Yeah, kind of like,
Yeah.
dude, I know what fucking scares you the most, and I'm gonna
See,
fucking
that's what kills
use it
me
against
is sleep being the weakness.
like you have to
Like,
sleep.
of all things, you're like, God, like, because that's the one thing everybody wants to do.
Well,
Just go to sleep.
nightmares are fucked up, man. Like nightmares are weird. Like dreams can be really fun and funny and just weird, and even kind of like this doesn't make sense.
I don't know, but mine are not.
Well, yeah, dude.
I'm not
okay,
the one to chip in on this.
Yes, but you can also relate to the sense of just like how nightmares are just like there's a different kind of fear that comes from them, because it is just like your brain is almost working against you, and
Oh yeah, it's like someone's like feeding the enemy the information. Except you are the one feeding the enemy the information.
absolutely. And
But
you're
the enemy is also yourself, so like
Well, and there's like those times where you wake up from a nightmare or a dream and you thought it was real, like because your brain almost like it tricks you into thinking like, dude, this is happening.
Oh yeah, and then like when I had my kids, like right after they were born, your brain, because you're like sleep deprived,
Yeah,
and you're like flooded with all these like chemicals from having kids. You wake up from dreams and you're like, oh shit, was that a dream or is this a dream? And you have to like take a minute and be like looking at your surroundings and like getting yourself back for like a hot minute right after you have kids.
I mean, I just,
and it is terrifying.
I have certain things in my dreams now that I use and have used for a long time. Because it was almost from watching Nightmare on Elm Street, I said, okay, I need to be equipped. I need to be prepared. If I do have a nightmare, because dude, we all have those things. Like if you were able to go into Lucas's head and it was his nightmare world, Freddy Krueger will be in it at some point. Like he has like legit like, I'm like, oh my god, this is actually happening. But I have like prepared myself to pull myself out of it. That was the whole thing they did in the movies. It was like, oh, if it happens, you got to do these things. They're like little techniques, or how you can tell it's a dream. Like, so I try to pick up on things that are like, okay, this is obviously not right. Like, this is like an amalgamation of things. This is my home, but it's different. Or, you know how like dreams work like that? They're like, they just take, your brain takes a bunch of random data and it's like AI generated. It's like nightmares and dreams are AI generated shit. Like their brain's just, you know, throwing shit out there. It's like, this is what a house looks like. But I usually die in my dreams to wake up though. Like it sucks, but it's true.
Not just the dreams, but like Final Destination.
Oh yeah,
just death itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're all trying to survive. Like that's like anything that could harm. I mean, that's part of horror. Like a lot of the time, is death. Like, I mean, you can look at some other tragedies that can happen in your world, heartbreak and other things like that. But usually, like, you know, if you didn't fear dying, then you wouldn't be afraid of these things that are trying to kill you. Like in horror movies, you know what I'm saying? Like Jason Voorhees came up, I'd just be kind of bummed out. I'm like, no. Well, I guess I got stabbed. How it goes. Yeah. But if you're like, especially with horror movies like slashers, where it's like young teenagers or like college students, they're like, I have so much life.
Targeted.
No. I'm saying, like,
all I'm saying.
You have this lust to live and survive.
Yeah, I love the final girl mentality.
Yeah.
Like the survival will. Yeah. That's what I love about a slasher movie.
I think that's also something that we do with like scary stuff or horror movies, for instance. It's just like I watch them and I immerse myself in the scenarios and situations and go, would I be able to get the fuck out of this situation? Like when I watch Saw.
Oh, I definitely ask myself that when I watch a horror movie.
Do you?
I'm like, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'd be dead.
I'd get my car and leave. Like this would be a red flag in a way that I would just be like, ow.
I think that's why I say like things like Nightmare on Elm Street would fuck with me, because I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have the red flag. The red flag would come after the fact that I'm I'm here. You know, I'm
the red flag happens in the middle of the play.
It's too late. Like, man, I can't do anything. But yeah, like we were talking about earlier with the Fall of the House of Usher, no spoilers, but this is a spoiler if you haven't seen this. But there's a moment where, someone's warned of something that could happen. I'm rambling. You guys bail me out.
No, one people you have to think of is like all the people who like carry logs out there.
Mm-hmm.
After Final Destination came out, nobody would drive behind them.
I know.
Like, but literally, their life, they're like, "Oh, hey, look, it's a log truck!" Like people just leave it in the dust, dude.
I recently saw a clip of someone's Subaru who did get hit by a log truck, and this is like a 2021 Subaru.
Oh no!
And they were like, "So everyone survived," and I'm like, "Plus points for the Subaru."
Yeah.
But when they opened the hood and the wood was all the way through the engine block and under the axle of the car, I was like, no. This is...
It is terrifying.
I thought for a minute, for like a brief minute, because I drive past the fucking IP exit. So there's always a log truck every morning on my way to work.
Tons of...
Every morning, at least one, if not 3. And every morning I go, nope, I'm just going to go ahead and get in this lane and keep on going.
Keep on trucking.
I'm just going to
get
right on fucking past this.
Somebody saw that wreck and was like, memed it and was like, this person didn't watch Final Destination. And they should know better.
That's what's terrible.
They're terrifying. I can't get within.
Yeah.
Because of that movie.
Well, I mean, the first one's about flying, dude. Did that fuck you up?
Well, flying is like one of those things. It's like if you're gonna have an issue with dying on a plane, you need to handle that shit before you get on one. Like,
what do you mean?
Step on that plane, you're like, well, it's a plane. A plane is the equivalent to, in my opinion, is the equivalent to being underwater or in space. When something goes wrong on a plane, you're gonna die. Like, depending on what the issue is, it's not like on the inside there's inconveniences, but I'm talking about like technical. If like you have an engine goes, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, both engines go out. All right, everyone looks to Lucas Craig. Luke, help us. What do we do? I mean, what do you distribute the no parachutes that are on board? You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with it. Like,
I think the thing that dude, planes, people shouldn't be up that high. And they shouldn't be going that fast.
Okay.
And we're flying in metal tubes.
Let me do another horrifying scenario, okay?
Okay.
Because this one's like, this is real and it's scarier.
Oh wow!
So
great.
this is a story out of like
social anxiety
in New York. So every now and then, New York obviously is very famous for their subways. Well, every now and then somebody will get too close to the track. Well, the suction that comes from underneath the track because of the weight and speed of the subway can suck things in there. And people have fallen between the subway and the platform. Well, what happens, unfortunately, to these people? Now, you'd obviously think in your head, they just get sliced in half, very gruesome, very graphic, like, terrible death. Unfortunately, that's not what happens. These people get caught so quick that a lot of people will get basically ripped from the waist down. And since the subway is holding them together, or whatever, is holding them together, is holding that pressure, they're completely conscious and aware from the waist up. And they can make a phone call and like make their goodbyes and all that before obviously they're pulled off, pressure's relieved, and they immediately pass away. And my point is, though, is like the reason I'm bringing this up after the plane, if you're in a situation like that, a plane where you've just been cut in half by fucking subway, and you are dead, as in you're in an airplane, you're flying down toward the ground, that you're like, I'm not slipping out of this situation, probably going to die.
Yeah.
Like, what? To me, that's the worst way to go. Like, I just want it to be quick. I don't want there to be 3 minutes of panic before it happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, if you're being chased by a slasher, like a Michael Myers or something, like, I mean, that's also part of it. Is this impending doom,
creature, or like crazy serial killer? Like, would you rather be getting like chased by like crazy zombie gorilla, or
like we just saw Alien? There's an aspect of that like that would suck. I mean, it's like saliva is acid, and it like
it burrows out of your body.
Oh yeah, it does plant eggs in you. Yeah, I don't like.
Taco Bell does it every day.
But see, like, look, I think what freaks me out more. And I think this also comes from Black Mirror is a good show. That's a good horror stuff. Like, people don't consider it.
Oh, jeez.
But it is.
I definitely consider Black Mirror horror.
Yeah, okay. We're on the same page.
Watching your daughter, like, get deflowered off an iPad is probably the worst horror I can think of. It's terrible.
Yeah. There's...
doing drugs. Oh, jeez.
Black Mirror goes into some like really fucked up shit, but there was
Exactly.
the thing that they do that they hit up on, like you're like, oh man, like the impending doom is what scares you when it comes to certain situations, like yo, this helplessness, right? But like I hate the idea of like something looping or happening for a long period of time. Like there's that winter episode that fucked me up. This dude, they were able to copy your consciousness and upload it into like,
Oh yeah.
you know, like a smart home thing. And basically that's also what they were doing with people when they went to jail now.
There's one with John Hamm, wasn't it?
Yes,
John
dude,
Hamm.
where he's like, yo, we're gonna set this like you're gonna serve a sentence of like thousands of years and you're gonna be in this cabin alone for 1,000 years. There's some things worse than death is what I'm getting at. It's like, yes,
Or
there's
solitude.
yeah, there's just certain things where you're just like, that would suck. I'm alive.
You go, what is it? It could be like Han Soloed and what is it, Carbonite?
Oh yeah, frozen in carbonite. But there's
But see,
something
my thing is if you're aware the whole time, you're like, oh,
that's like isn't that Dr. Stone's premise, the anime?
I think so.
Where they all get turned
Oh,
to stone and he like literally counts to keep himself conscious until he can like break away from the rock.
God.
Yeah, spoilers
Jeez.
alert. Yeah, it's very anime, but very cool. But yeah, that would be fucked up. Yeah, so I think as I've gotten older, I know a lot of people find true crime interesting, and there's a lot of true crime podcasts and shit.
I cannot handle true crime.
I can't do it.
I'm
It
no
makes
good
me
at
too
it.
paranoid of like,
This goes back to Unsolved
Life.
Mysteries days.
yeah.
From jump, I wasn't down for the
Only
true
need to
crime
hear a
one.
few examples of like this could happen. Fucked up people are out there, and like fucked up things can happen. But you know, I think it's more like psychological horror that really is like the shit that gets me nowadays. I don't
Oh,
know,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, you're old enough to realize like what's the reality, like what's worth being scared of and what's not.
Right.
Like, you know, jump scare doesn't get us as much, and like these old mythical type of scares don't, but like it's the type of scary that you could like logic yourself into believing. You're like, oof,
Right. What
that is terrifying.
What is something that scares y'all that shouldn't scare you?
Mirrors.
Mirrors? Yeah.
Mirrors.
Okay.
Oh, let me tell you, man.
I lived
still-
in fear that one day something's gonna move in the background of the mirror while I'm looking at it and be
Oh.
like, I fucking knew it.
Dude,
This
no.
was the POV shot.
No.
I knew it.
That's
That's how I died.
I have foreseen this day for
I don't know why.
years.
It's not a rational fear, but yeah, like reflective surfaces.
Let me get
Same
a
with
Reese's.
windows.
Hold on.
If I were to see a ventriloquist doll or anything that even comes close to Slappy or Chucky, just stop straight up throwing hands.
You could not handle the doll that you made me put away.
Yeah, Bailey had a doll that was like that, and I said, "That's
I
gotta
still
go."
have it. It's going in the yard sale.
Oh, thank God. Nah.
Oh,
But
I
yeah,
thought
it's,
you-
it's like
But
a,
then
it's
you heard
a
that,
you're like, you know what?
child-sized doll.
It's weird,
Gotta
man. It's
go.
realistic, and
Yeah, it's a my twin doll. Looks like
I'm
young
not a
Bailey.
fan. I'm not a
No.
fan. It's a little freaky.
My twin, you can try again. They can get out the house.
Yeah. Would that be a deal breaker for you, man?
Oh, if I met the girl in my dreams, she's like, I do have one little quirk, though. I love ventriloquists and have all these dummies. I'd be like, well, it's fun while it lasted. Peace.
Oh,
She just comes around the corner with like
what's that?
both arms and
what's
two
that-
different characters.
what's that mean
This is
gift?
Miss Bellowsworth. I'd be like, nope. I'm
What's-
out.
So wait,
Best
you
of luck to
didn't
you.
like
No negative energy, but I'm out.
Dead Silence, the movie that was just the ventriloquist dolls, like way back,
I don't even.
early
I don't know what you're talking
2000s.
about. It sounds terrible. Or no, it does sound terrible. It sounds terrifying.
But yeah, it's called Dead Silence.
No, I do.
Yeah,
I do remember something like that.
but it was
actually.
the main thing is a ventriloquist dummy. It like steals your voice by cutting out your tongue or something like that.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't remember it specifically, but I know what you're talking about.
I think I had a big influence on horror, like getting Grant into some horror. Like I remember we watched Darkness Falls. You ever seen that? One with the tooth fairy that's like
Oh,
The evil
yes, where
tooth
it's,
fairy?
like gross and like
yeah, it's like kills you for your teeth or some shit. Remember that, Grant?
Yeah, I don't like teeth like that anyway.
Yeah, teeth.
Yeah, I slept fine like for the whole week. It was great.
And then Grant, I remember one time me and Grant were hanging out and we were watching Salem's Lot, and I fell asleep, and Grant stayed up.
You do.
And then that scene with the kid vampire, like,
Oh, where
taps on the
Danny
window.
Blake comes
Yeah.
and
let me in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it. I wasn't ready for it, and Luke had was asleep, and I was nodding off too. I was really vulnerable because I wasn't on my PCQs, and that scene comes up, the ears and the fangs. It's just like right front center of the TV screen.
Oh yeah,
I literally just screamed. I was just like,
that's one of the scariest vampires, though. The vampire from Salem's Lot. You hadn't seen Salem's Lot.
Yeah, so
for
the
longest.
first time I saw Salem's Lot was with Lucas, within the last 2 years.
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome.
Within the last 12 months, even, I think, somewhere around there.
Nice.
I would say so. Yeah.
But Salem's Lot, the book, is in my top 5 horror books as well. I love Salem's Lot, the book. So I had never seen the movie, and I will say it was the little boy vampire was much creepier in the movie than I envisioned it in my head.
The way they do the eyes, eyes are a big thing for me, I guess now. That Mike Flanagan stuff where he does the reflective
thing.
Yeah,
I hate that. I hate
me
that shit so much.
As the windows to the soul.
Yeah, that's
growing up living in the country and going to the farm and things the deer's eyes do that.
Oh no.
And I always had this irrational fear that one day I was gonna look up thinking it was a deer and it was gonna be a person, and I would just be noped out of it.
That's what I'm saying.
So when he does that in his shows and his movies, I'm like, it's not real, Bailey. It's not rational that something's eyes would be reflective like that.
But it's perfect.
It's part of why we don't have a cat.
So creepy.
Part of exactly why we don't have a cat.
Yeah.
Because the second it flinks at me, I'm gonna be like, nope.
Yeah. Well, it's been nice.
Nope. Time to rehome.
I will tell, this is to kind of get on a lighter tone. No, I'm just kidding, but asking you guys about the stuff that you're scared of, but you shouldn't be. I feel like there's just some everyday regular shit though. I feel like there's certain social interactions that I wouldn't say scare me, but make me uncomfortable. It's a social anxiety thing. You know what I'm saying? They're just normal, really, you should be completely comfortable, but there's just certain moments. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys, anything come to mind? No.
Not that scares me.
Well,
I mean, I live alone, so it's I can let my mind wander every now and then.
I get that. Yeah, yeah.
I've got weapons all over the house. It's one of those things where I'm close enough to a solution where if a problem were to arise,
you'll be all right. But what if you were dealing with something supernatural?
Like Philip's creepy crawl that he does. That little
I'd still shoot at the ghost just to make myself feel better.
I mean,
kids do
be like,
shit,
get out of here, poltergeist.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just some everyday. This shouldn't be freaking me out to a certain extent, but.
What are you scared of, Luke? Or do you have a?
No, I'm not trying to confess anything. I'm not trying. I'm just no. No, I also think of fear as something you could. There's layers to it. There's levels to it, and I feel being uncomfortable or panicky or stressed can be a form of this. It's the closest thing that you probably get in our day-to-day lives that is equated to fear. We're not dealing with predators and out there hunting.
Well, I mean, that's what anxiety is. It's your adrenals
being to work,
over.
Shit like that.
Are you? It's going to work and dealing with killers,
sleeping through your alarm or something
I feel driving in Montgomery. Everyone's
driving around people sometimes dude. I've for some reason gone down rabbit holes. I've seen crazy ass clips on Instagram. You know how you get these wild ass reels sometimes. The algorithm's I'm gonna fuck with this guy. Give me 1 second. It just shows you this wreck on the interstate, and you're oh, that's great. Can't wait to go to work tomorrow and not think about that. like that's like something you shouldn't even be worried. I mean, yes, you should be alert when doing
Hyper vigilant. I am
right.
hyper vigilant.
Yeah, but I'm
when
like I
driving.
am now aware that this is a possibility. Obviously,
But now magnify that, and that's where I.
Hypervigilance is the best way to say it. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. People make me nervous on the road sometimes. I'll be driving on the interstate. I'm just like, you guys, it is too early, and y'all need to wake up, and y'all need to not be driving this fast. There's just stuff. It's funny. Anyways, Halloween, guys. It's a great time of the year. It's a wonderful time of the year.
It's a spooktacular time.
Very spooktacular. A word.
Spooktacular.
I feel like it's
like one of those not words.
Not words.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to bring up? Anything else about Halloween?
I have one question.
Go for it. Yes.
And I want everyone to answer it.
Sure.
What is the worst Halloween candy?
The worst?
The worst.
Oh.
What is the worst one?
Almond fucking joys.
Almond Joys?
Almond Joys.
What's your beef with Almond Joys?
Is it the almond part or the coconut part?
It's the fact that it's made of almonds and it doesn't bring me any joy whatsoever.
Oh, dude, hot tamales.
Both of those things.
Hot tamales suck.
I love hot
tamales.
tamales. I love hot tamales. What a fuck y'all,
Candy
man.
corn is really
Candy
Blue
corn
cheese
is not
is
good.
better.
Candy corn is aesthetic food to me. Candy corn is definitely aesthetic food.
I don't
Still
like
more edible than hot tamales.
I don't like
I love
sour
hot
food
tamales.
so much. I mean, I used to be okay with warheads, but I'm not
Oh,
a big
see, I
fan.
couldn't do warheads. I'd soak them in water for a minute and then eat them. Got rid of the
Those grandma
Are
strawberry
you a fan
candies.
of the hamburger gummies?
Hamburger gummies.
Like those crazy gummies you get during Halloween?
Yeah. Like, they don't bother me. They're just, the texture's not it for me.
Wait, the gummies that
Like
are
the
supposed to be
Krabby
like
Patties?
yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. I love gummies though.
You do love gummies.
Yeah, gummies are like top tier. But
I do love a good high chew.
You would
That's
be a
not
gummy guy.
Right? Like,
What's that mean?
It makes sense, doesn't it?
my vitamins are gummies, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
I like I eat a gummy a day, literally. Some of y'all haven't had gummies in years, and that's what's wrong with y'all.
You're right. That's what it is.
I like Laffy Taffies.
They're not bad.
I
Isn't
don't,
that Willy Wonka?
I
food?
only like
Is that
the
Wonka food?
banana ones and the
You
strawberry
only like the
ones.
yellow ones
and the
the
pink
red
ones,
and the
yeah.
pink ones are really good. That's
Those are
probably
the only
my
two
favorite.
that I like.
I like.
I don't like junior mints. Like, junior mints are gross to
Yeah.
me. They're like a worse version of the peppermint patty.
Or like Mike and
Oh,
Ike's.
Mike and Ike's is also gross.
Kind of lame.
Not a fan of Mike and Ike's.
Milk
Swedish
duds is not it.
milk duds suck.
Oh, I love milk duds.
Swedish
can do some milk
fish
duds.
It's like,
has
man, I
like
love this.
some
Yeah,
nostalgia
terrible.
for me.
Swedish
Swedish
fish.
fish. The bland
My mom
hate
loved
those.
those.
I don't like that.
I like
Those are
pulling
gummies.
them apart. I don't like eating them.
Yeah, I still like the texture. What else?
Obviously, I'm here for anything Hershey's.
Anything, dude. I love.
Fair.
I used to growing up. I had like if it wasn't Reese's, oddly enough, my favorite chocolate bar was a Crunch bar.
Really?
Yeah.
Crunch bars were always the bar that was left over out of the Halloween candy in
What-
our house.
Why
Yeah.
did Greg give this like very judgmental? Yeah.
I'm just imagining, like, you know what I like? I like chocolate and crunch. Not
Oh.
flavor, just crunch.
It's good. It was.
Did you like Heath and Butterfinger too?
I mean, I never understood what.
like Heath and
Oh, yeah.
Butterfinger
Those
are
are
like
good.
crunch.
I love
chocolates.
Butterfinger. I still eat Butterfingers to this day. I
Oh,
love
Butterfinger
they
is
get
fucking
stuck in
delicious.
your teeth though, and like that's the part I
oddly
can't.
enjoy it.
It's okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it feels
I
like I'm
can't.
saving it for later.
I
I'll take that
love
hit.
the caramel green apple suckers. Those are
Yeah.
big time faves. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I
but
keep
you were
those in
talking
my
about stuff
classroom
getting
year
stuck
round.
all over your teeth.
you
What
don't
is-
bite them. You like.
Oh, we could have done
You don't
this.
tell me how to eat, boss suckers. No, I'm just
All
kidding.
right, all right.
That's
all right.
why they stuck in your
So
teeth.
we're gonna quickly do this now that we've kind of gone over our like overview.
Okay.
I have a Halloween candy tier list, Grant. All right, and everyone listening. So we're gonna quickly do this, okay? I'm gonna say the candy, and then you're gonna tell me what tier it belongs, okay? But we have to agree. Majority rules.
So best, middle, worst.
So there's first gone, like
Those
are the first ones I
do
eat.
all the categories.
Oh yeah, we doing. Well, no, it's a tier list, so it's like I'll say Reese's, and then it's like, oh yeah, those are first. Like that's first gone, and I'll move it up there.
I
It's
think
like tier one,
everybody
yeah.
here will
Yeah,
fuck
it's
up
like
a
a tier
Reese's.
one. There's A, B, and then there's last gone, and then there's straight into the trash. And I don't know what these are. Weren't in my neighborhood. Like if you've never ate them, it's cool.
Okay.
It's okay. All right, we're gonna quickly go through it. All right, nerds.
Mid tier.
So like a B.
Yeah, they're like a mid
They're
snack.
not bad.
Man, mid.
Mid.
Mid snack.
All right, what are these?
Good and plenties.
Yeah, I don't know what these
They're
are.
like Mike and Ike's. They're gross.
They're gross.
Yeah,
What do you
I'm
think,
gonna
Grant?
vote. They're like
Trash.
licorice Mike and Ike.
Straight in the trash.
Trash.
Twizzlers, I like Twizzlers, but I don't think they're like. I said it last night. I thought they were
No,
one of my.
fuck
Mid.
Twizzlers. No,
You think they're
it's the
mid?
unless it's the gummy ones. No, they're
They're kind of gummy. Like
they're
licorice.
They're gonna stay.
You
in
don't
the
like
bowl.
licorice?
They're gonna stay in the bowl. I hate licorice.
So what do y'all say? Because
Trash.
y'all majority. What? No, Grant, don't say trash, dude.
I was gonna say mid.
Mid. There you go.
So what would that be?
Last gone. Yeah.
Damn. I feel like I elevate that to a B
Mid.
because I like it a lot.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Fine.
okay.
Fine.
Dots.
Oh, we were talking about those trash earlier.
Yeah.
Trash.
M&M's, just normal M&M's.
I love M&M's.
Those are top tier candy.
Top tier.
That's first gone.
And they're multi-purpose.
Bubble gum.
Is it bubble gum or is it?
Yeah, it's like
Trash.
Wrigley's.
No, trash.
What?
Trash.
All right,
Just
Bailey's
stay
saying
bubble gum.
trash. I don't think getting.
Trash.
Great.
Oh, y'all crazy. I don't know what these Andes.
Andes, they're peppermint patties, but not so trash. Or put it in that don't know what they are category.
Do you
Don't know what they are.
Okay. What are these?
Oh, we were talking about runts earlier. Man, runts are trash.
Runs from Wonka?
Yes.
I've never had them.
Yeah, you have. They were like the banana shape and the
Oh,
orange
yeah, I
shape
don't
and
like
the
those.
lime shape.
They're too hard.
Nobody liked those. That's the point. Straight to the trash.
Trash.
Was that them trying to play off of it's Snodsberry? It tastes like
Yes.
Snodsberry.
That is exactly what it was.
Laffy Taffy's top tier, but I don't know if they're. I don't know.
Mid.
Mid. I would say mid because not everybody likes all the flavors.
That's
Like,
fair. What are these? The caramel,
You mean grandmother candies? The
Grand-
Werther's.
the Werther's.
The Werther's sugar-free,
Yeah.
like diabetic.
Somebody brought
candies.
those to work and nobody ate them.
Oh,
Except that person, which is okay.
mid. I get mid.
Say
I like
mid.
bubble
I say
candies.
last gone, if anything.
I would say last gone. You
What is
can't
it?
see your
Yeah,
weird
that's
ass
right.
chart.
That's right. The strawberry candy.
Oh, I fucking low-key love
That you
those.
got
I want a
from
tattoo of
grandmother's.
one of those.
Do you?
Yes, I really do.
I do not like it.
I love those. Those are one of my favorite candies of all.
Straight in the trash.
Trash.
It's gonna have to be
Trash.
last gone then, man.
All right.
If
last
you
gone.
elevated
All
them
right.
fucking
Wow, grandmother
Twizzlers.
candies are the last.
Yeah.
Hershey Kisses.
last gone probably because they usually stale by the time you get to it.
I
They
like
get
Hershey's Kisses.
that- or they absorb the flavor of other
But
things.
I like Hershey's Kisses.
I'll say mid.
I like
Mid,
them better
I
during
think.
Christmas.
Yes, I agree then, but that's when they're freshest.
Wait, what do you mean? Are they ripe? Like, why are they
Everyone
ripe?
knows you don't pick Hershey's till November.
That's right. They dangle from a tree with that fucking little piece of paper.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right, I'll put them B.
Yeah.
B.
Sour
Wait, what
Patch
did you
Kids?
say, Grant?
I said mid for Hershey
Yeah.
Kisses.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well, Hershey's just a Hershey's chocolate bar.
Oh, top tier. Top tier. I fuck up a Hershey's bar any day.
I would say mid. I don't understand why you just want to eat just plain chocolate
Because it's chocolate.
with
And
what?
I'd say
gives
top
you-
tier.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
plain little Hershey's little
Yeah.
cheese square.
So,
It's every
so
time.
is it first gone or A? Because I think it's
A.
like B.
It would A. It would be A because you're dragging it down.
I'm dragging
you're
the
not-
bitch down.
Yeah.
Mike and Ike's.
Oh, we already agreed. Mike and Ice was trash.
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 Ooh,
Snickers.
Snickers.
Oh,
I
top
say,
tier.
I say
A as well, which is
Okay.
like the thing below top tier.
Almond Joys.
Oh, he said trash.
Yeah, I said
we,
trash.
Grant, we gotta let him have it.
Trash.
Babe Ruth's.
Oh, trash. Well, mid,
I say last.
mid, because you can hit it. You know, sometimes you're like, okay, sure.
What's in a Babe Ruth again?
Like peanut butter, caramel, and peanuts, and then chocolate over top.
Just random shit.
Yeah, basically.
Caramel apple pops. Like I guess
like
pops.
a bee.
I
I feel for other bitch. Those are one of my
really
favorite snacks.
I say last gone or
those are the epitome of Halloween and a
I say
candy in
last
my head.
gone.
Grant, you gotta be the tiebreaker on this one.
Toss them bitches.
So they are definitely last gone.
Gone.
What is that?
No, you put it in the underneath.
Oh, it's some banana thing. But
yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Good
Bar.
Bar?
Last gone.
I don't even know what's in a
Mid.
like a crunch
They're
bar.
actually really good.
Isn't it like a crunch bar? Or something?
mid. That's
Yeah.
the last gone. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, fuck that trash. No,
What?
I'm telling you right now, double bubble gum was
Is-
always stale. It always
top
made your
tier.
teeth hurt.
Top tier.
It was always too sweet,
It was good.
but somehow
Oh,
disgusting.
trash.
It went
What?
bland in moments after chew.
I
No
know.
flavor.
Come on.
If that bubble
Trash.
popped on anything,
Trash.
it
Trash.
stuck to it like a disease.
Yep.
Trash.
Don't you put that last gone. You put that in the trash.
I like them
All right.
I like
fine.
them, so
You
they
get to
don't-
put them there, but
because one of us likes it too. It doesn't go straight.
all right, skip that one
This
because we already
kingdom will
talked about
not
it.
have double bubble.
Swedish fish
Yeah.
is trash.
Blow pop.
Pops.
Oh, blow pop was top tier for
Top
me.
tier. Yeah.
Yeah, it
tier.
is top
They're
tier.
probably the best lollipops.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Flavors.
So I say, are we saying first gone or A?
First gone. No, first gone.
Yeah.
If you're like at a Halloween party in
Wow.
elementary school, you know you're gonna eat that first.
All right, Fireball.
Love them.
Throw them in the trash.
Love them.
Trash.
Yeah. So what were we at? B?
No,
Ain't
with
nobody
grandma
need no
candy.
sophisticated ass cinnamon.
Yep, right there.
What are these?
Those are those like flavored Tootsie Rolls that were like vanilla and stuff like. I have a very vivid remember of getting the blue one up my sinuses.
What the fuck?
Like I was chewing it and flipped my head upside down on a chair and it like went up my sinuses, but it ruined
gonna
them
lie.
for me.
I actually like those. I'm gonna give them mid.
What?
I'll let him
There's a
have
few of 'em I
last
like.
gone. I'll let him have last.
Last gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Fun
Oh God, Fun Dip! I forgot about Fun Dip.
dip. I say
Fun
B. I say mid.
Like the candy stick that you dipped in the color dip, and then you like
The
mixed
sugar?
powdered sugar on it.
the sugar
Nah,
stick
I
that you
didn't like any of
licked.
that sugary, powdery.
All right,
Yeah.
so B.
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 I'm gonna say mid. Yeah, I'm not gonna even say
Yeah.
trash. Mid.
Tootsie Roll Pop or
Ugh,
Tootsie Pop.
Roll Pop was last gone for me. It wasn't trash, but I had to really be
I'd
in
say
the mood
mid.
for it.
I say
Yeah,
mid. Fruit roll-ups.
top tier,
Yeah.
top tier.
I don't know
give
what the
out-
fuck y'all
I
got
give
for
out fruit
rolls for
roll-ups.
Halloween, but
Yeah,
I
they-
mean,
I
That's top
give
tier.
out fruit roll-ups now as
Do
an
you?
adult. Yes, I give out fruit roll-ups. They're low allergy. Can't really choke on them.
Yeah,
like
they're in
they're
a
kind of the
package.
perfect candy for kids.
Yeah.
you're telling me if you eat that whole tape at one time, you can't choke on it because
But you can pull it out with your fingers.
that's
it's like
a
a low
hefty
choke risk.
wad of. Okay,
The low choke risk,
that's how I used to eat it.
like a monster.
Yes, somebody who was never gonna get it again.
Hey, Grant, I made it so you could see the screen on Discord. Yeah,
Alright.
what are we saying on
The
fruit
fruit
rolls?
rolls were top tier. We all agreed there.
Okay, so
Top tier, sir.
oh, for real?
Yes, for real, for
Okay, what about Gushers?
real. Ooh,
Oh, nice.
Gushers are good.
Oh,
yeah.
top tier. I do
Yeah.
like some gushers.
Gushers were like one of my favorites.
First gone?
Yeah,
I should
Oh, you
say
can put-
A.
that's fine. I'll give
Because
you A.
they're too messy. Sometimes you would open a pack and they would be already
like kind of smudgy.
God,
yeah,
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 what
yeah.
y'all
I'll
are
give you
doing
that.
right now.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Haribo
man.
gummies can go to the trash where they belong.
No, the gummy bears.
The
go,
Haribo gummies can
They,
go to
they
the
go
trash.
top tier. They're like
The
A's.
fuck is wrong? Why?
It's like an
They
A.
don't have a taste. They're
Oh,
just
fuck
texture.
that, man. That is like
Gummy bears.
The lime one is the only
Last
one that has
gone.
a taste, and it's
Last
last
gone?
gone. I agree. It's a grandma
I'd say
candy.
B.
fucking
It's a-
loser.
No,
Nobody
it's
likes
a
gummy
grandma
bears.
candy. Don't.
There we
eat
go.
them.
Oh my.
You can put the Werthers with the other Werthers.
Okay. Heath bar.
Ooh,
I say
B.
straight in the
Say
trash.
B.
I say B.
B.
Nothing
Oh,
Heath
good.
bar.
Okay.
And they're really good crushed up on stuff.
Butterfinger.
I have the same argument for
Ooh,
Butterfingers, so I say
A.
B as well.
I say A.
All right, then I'll give y'all A.
A or first come.
The
yeah.
only thing that brings it down is, like you said, it does get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
And it can hurt. But it tastes so damn
It
good.
does, and it's really good.
Remember
on
when
vanilla
the
on
ice
ice
Simpsons,
cream,
when
dude,
Bart
It's so good
frozen?
on vanilla ice cream.
wasn't that what Bart Simpson
Yeah.
would advertise as
And the
Butterfingers?
BBs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we're saying
They
A.
taste my Butterfinger BBs.
Hot tamales. I said straight in the trash.
Yeah,
Trash. Take them off the fucking
They're not that
screen. Who does
bad.
those?
Lemonheads also go to the trash.
Lemonhead.
Lemonheads go to the trash.
Only Dumbledore likes lemon heads.
That's what I'm saying. That's my exact thoughts. Tootsie Rolls can also go in the trash.
No.
But they're probably
Oh,
a
no.
B.
Those are
Honestly,
clutch.
they're probably
Those
a
are
B.
I'd say
clutch.
last come, but I wouldn't say like.
I would say,
But they're not going to fit in Last Gone.
All right, I'd say B. I'd say B. I'd say like if
would
they're
say
in a
B.
bowl, you will
Yes,
eat them.
I will eat them in a bowl off like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
desk
put 'em in
or
B.
something. Yes.
Because some people actually you'll have a bowl.
But then that's the same argument for Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly
It would
Ranchers
also
are
be a B.
No.
No.
A.
No.
A.
No.
B.
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 What?
Yeah, it's the
B,
same
B.
kind of grabbable candy in my
Oh my
mind.
gosh.
B.
Luke, I don't want to hear you just bounce that thing around for 3 hours while you're
Tickety tacking
enjoying the
against your
flavor.
choppers.
What about Junior Mints?
Trash.
trash.
Yeah, trash.
Okay, ring pops.
B. Because they
Trash.
get slimy and they get on your
Oh,
finger,
I
but
say
they're kind of
trash.
I
good.
say B
Yeah, B.
I mean, trash.
because
B.
so Grant, with me and
Trash.
Bailey say B. Grant says trash. It's last gone.
Last one.
Last-
Man, the
Oh,
last
Last
gone
Gone got
is.
big.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We have plenty of space.
What is
Oh,
this?
this is amazing.
A
Payday.
Paydays are
Peanuts.
trash.
Trash. Trash.
Oh, God, they're not. Okay.
They're what?
Trash. It's
I
trash.
would say.
Would you have an argument?
At least last come or last gone.
Okay, we'll say last gone. What does this say?
That's Toblerone.
Toblerone?
Who is handing out fucking Toblerones? That's expensive. It's Nutella
That's
chocolate.
shit.
Are
I do
they?
a B though, for real. Yeah.
I would do
B.
B because it's not like fantastic.
What is
but,
it?
like, it's literally
It's,
like Nutella and chocolate crunch.
Okay, that sounds
It's
good.
hazelnut and there we go. That's what's.
Is it a Halloween candy?
No, I don't see it as.
It's just a
Halloween
candy, but no.
I see
Where-
it as
where
like
do
a
we put it?
stocking
Christmas
stuffer.
candy.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Where do we
Same.
put it then?
A because I
do-
mean it is expensive.
A or B, yeah.
Like the Ferrero Rocher.
So if you put it B, you're basically saying it's the equivalent of Tootsie Rolls. and
no,
Jolly
that's what I'm
Ranchers.
saying. It's not.
See, now
It's
you got to
better
look
than
at.
a Heath bar, so just put it A. Quit making it complicated.
Well, I'm just saying.
It is better.
You
than
can now
Heath Bar.
look at the categories and go, is this like the equivalent of a Butterfinger? I guess
Yeah.
so. I never had it.
What kind of M&Ms is that? Peanut.
Just peanut.
Oh,
Yeah,
top
yellow.
Oh,
tier.
it's
I love
top
the top. I love
number
the
one.
peanut M&Ms.
First gone.
number one.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Wow,
first gone.
I would
Yeah.
say A, but
I would immediately if my kids got peanut M&Ms today trick or treating,
first-
then it comes to
first-
me.
first gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not going in second. It's one of the most expensive candies out there.
Why are M&Ms first gone? Y'all some
'Cause they're
M&M
they're-
stems?
Yeah,
I think M&M's are
Eatable.
good.
They are good, but are they that good?
yes.
I used to be
Y'all-
sitting quarter to eat Jolly Ranchers. Get the fuck out of here.
Ew, what's this
We
one?
hated M&M.
Mambo number 5.
Aren't those like fruit
Are they like
chews?
turtles?
They're turtles.
Oh, those
Oh.
like I thought like.
I think they're
chocolate
just
turtles.
like
I
high
was-
chews or something. They're kind of like that kind of.
Yeah, I'd say last.
Oh, the
Gone.
Mambos actually they're not bad. I put them at B.
Okay.
They're
kinda
I'm
like-
trusting his judgment.
I've
I
never
don't know that
Starburst.
I've ever eaten a mambo.
They're
I-
not bad.
I don't think I grabbed them when
Like you've had it before. If you saw the label, you would know.
Okay.
You'd be like, oh yeah, I know what this is.
What about Milk Duds?
Trash.
I do at least B. I don't like the way they
Trash.
get
I
stuck in my
say-
teeth. but they're so
The
good.
last.
I say
gone.
last gone.
Last gone.
Wow.
Milky Way.
Milky Way. I think
Oh,
that's
shit.
B.
B.
A or B. A or
What
B.
kind of Milky Way again?
I love a Milky Way. It's the like
Just
nougat.
the-
It's like
just the
pillowy on
cream.
the inside.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these that are just so similar that I have to like.
No. I'm thinking of Three Musketeers.
See?
But yeah. I
Oh,
would
wait,
still
what's
say
it, what,
Milky
Milky
Way is
Way?
an A.
Yeah, Milky Way.
Caramel.
What's caramel?
Caramel. I would say A.
Caramel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
Filling
say
and
B
caramel.
then.
I would say
What do you think? What are you saying, Grant? A or B?
A. We've
Now,
been really selective about those top two spots.
yeah, like I mean, there's an elite
A.
group here.
Now and laters have to go in last gone. That is the
Oh,
like
yeah, like
Starburst?
the
Break my
elementary
tooth.
school when your teeth don't matter kind of candy.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
God almighty. Like
Like
fuck the person
kids
who
with
made those
silver
things. They
teeth
were
tell
awful.
you that it pulls it out.
Is it
It'll
that
pull your
bad?
silver teeth out, man.
Oh, they're rough. They were
Yep.
so rough.
Couldn't we just throw them in the garbage? They're gonna
No,
pull
because
people's
you end
stuff?
up eating them.
Oh,
You
so-
do.
It's
Okay.
the unfortunate
Okay.
truth.
What about an apple?
I mean, I'd probably say
Trey.
last gone, maybe.
Last gone. That's fine.
Because, like, I don't know, man. Oh, God. The next one is chocolate covered raisins.
Last gone.
Last gone. Oh,
Mhm.
Grant's going to eat the raisins, too. Toothbrush. Did you ever get a toothbrush for Halloween?
Oh yeah,
I never got a toothbrush for Halloween.
yeah.
Last gone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna eat
Might use it for.
Christ.
What am I supposed to do? Clean your damn teeth after eating all that garbage candy.
Skittles.
Skittles are, I'd say A.
Probably
a-
A.
First gone. Yeah, they're up there.
They're
Bad
up
or
there.
A.
They're definitely popular. What are these again?
Smarties.
Smarties are good.
I
but
would eat them last gone.
Last
Well,
gone.
no,
Yeah.
probably B. Because I would eat them just like I would eat the Jolly Rancher
See,
or the
now
Tootsie
you're, now
Roll.
you're seeing
Yeah.
it. Now you're
Last
seeing
gone.
it. Starburst.
A tier. Except for the yellow
Oh, first
ones.
gone. First gone.
First gun.
Fuck
I'd
yeah,
say A
Starburst,
tier.
yeah.
I'd say
A
A
tier.
because I don't like all the flavors. When you have a variety of flavors, you almost get
All right.
deducted a point because I don't like Sugar Daddy.
No, trash.
Nah.
No.
They hurt my teeth. They taste
Wow.
weird.
Mhm.
Trash.
Candy corn
Trash.
trash.
Aesthetic.
You like them,
food.
Grant?
Yeah, last gone.
Okay.
Twix,
I'll
top
like.
tier.
Yeah.
All go first
Top
gone.
tier.
Like first gone?
First gone.
Man, I wanted you first. Well, that's fine.
Well,
Jeez.
no. What are they for
oh,
you? There we go.
Go to A.
Y'all be a real
First
harsh
gone.
my Skittles and Starburst. I mean,
So first gone is
I
if
think
we
it's middle
all
of
have to
30.
agree.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
If even one of us is like, nah, it can't be.
So warheads.
Those are probably
I would say they're
last
B.
gone.
I need trash, man. Ain't nobody just jumping on them
Okay,
damn
good.
warheads for
I don't
pleasures.
know.
Trash.
uh,
Trash.
Oh, I hate those. The
Whoppers.
texture of
I
those.
love
Oh, I
those.
hate the
I'd
texture.
say
of that.
I'd say B at least. I'd
That
say
is
B.
See-
not my texture. The last gone.
Yorks. For me personally, is in the trash. I don't eat
Trash.
Yorks.
Last gone.
Trash.
I would-
And straight in the trash is also we have to all agree.
Yeah,
so.
I would eat.
Zero bar could get
Trash.
in the
Heck no,
trash.
trash.
What is
That's
it,
trash.
what is in a zero bar?
It's white chocolate version of peppermint patty or
Oh,
York.
I'm good.
Trash.
What about you, Grant?
Trash.
Sour Patch Kids are top, man. They're probably an A for me.
I would say A.
Probably an A for me. And probably
Oh.
a B.
B.
Yeah, B.
Well, we,
Ain't nobody
we
like
had two
Sour
A's and one
Patch.
B. So.
Ugh, Necco
Patch
wafers.
Nick,
It's like
oh.
Tums for kids.
Oh, then trash.
No.
Trash.
Trash. Yeah, trash.
Oh,
Crunch bar,
the
baby.
Crunch bar.
I think that's at least an A.
I would say
A.
B. I would say B.
So two
Give you-
A's.
I'll give you an A.
Okay. What are these again? Little caramel, chewy.
Yeah, it's just those like caramel cheese.
I say straight in the
B.
trash. B.
But they remind
Oh,
me of
they're
like the
good.
Dollar General one.
So where are you at, Bailey? Last gone or B?
Last gone.
Dance. Airheads. I actually
A.
like A. Yeah,
I would
those
say
are
A.
A.
I like most Airheads. Almost all of them are
Where
good.
you at with
Give it
Airheads?
give it a A.
Oh, nice. What are the pixie
Oh,
sticks?
I loved Pixie Sticks.
Trash.
Damn. Well, what do you mean you love them, Bailey? Yeah.
Like Last Gone. Like they
you,
were like
yeah, you love them, but you like.
but they were like, yeah, like food wise, they weren't great, but they were like a reward a lot in school.
I say B because I would eat those kind of like I would eat D.
Yeah.
So
I fully agree with
Grant
that.
says trash. I say B. You say Last Gone.
So Last Gone is
Last
the-
Gone. Damn, Last Gone's
Trash.
there's a lot of lame ass candy.
there's the Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers,
Yeah,
I'd
no,
say
that's gonna be like
A.
an A for me. That's like one of my favorites. Could I eat a whole large one? No, but those mini ones, they hit.
The mini ones hit. Sweet tarts. I say last gone.
Last gone.
Last gone.
All right, we only got a couple more Reese's Pieces.
Last gone.
What?
I knew you were gonna respond this
What?
way.
You heard her?
Blasphemy.
First gone, dude.
Hey, dude. Hey, at
Be
least.
bending.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't like? Why do you like? Oh,
All
never
right,
mind.
I'll give you A. I'll give you A.
Give me A.
Yeah.
What do you think, Grant?
Hey. If not,
Okay.
first gone.
I can get it. It can't be as good as the original. I get it. 100 grand I actually have as A, or I have those as an A.
They're fucking delicious. Hey,
They are. My grandmother
They're
used to
pretty
love.
good.
100. Okay,
They're pretty good.
you good?
Yeah.
A? Yeah, 100 grand. Kit Kat. I actually
B.
would say first gone.
Really?
I think they're that good. I think they're up there.
I think the problem is they're always paired with things I like more.
So,
They're always
okay,
paired
A.
with Reese's and Hershey's
Okay.
and like.
No, that candy
So,
y'all bought that had Kit Kats in it.
Yeah.
Guess what's the only candy left? It's the
Kit
Kit
Kat.
Kat.
That's what I'm saying. So,
What?
A.
It's a B.
Y'all don't like
B.
crunchy stuff, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that we don't.
I like
wanna
crunchy stuff. It doesn't taste like shit.
Oh, wow. So A
So-
or B?
B.
What'd you say,
B.
Grant? Damn. All right,
Reese's is first gone.
right?
Yeah.
First gone.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Across the board.
And then Hershey's, I guess
But
cookies
that's
and
the
cream.
cookies and cream, so I'd say B.
First gone.
Oh.
Shit,
What?
cookies and cream's a good one.
Well,
I say
like it
like
as much.
B.
I say
I'll
B.
say A.
So B it is. Two B's makes a.
All right, that's our
All right.
tier list.
There we go.
So like
Candy
our
tiers.
favorite candies are M&M's, peanut M&M's, Reese's peanut butter cups, fruit roll-ups, and blow pops.
That tracks.
I'm sure people are going to be upset.
Yeah.
I'm sure like not everybody's going to agree.
Because Hershey should have been first gone, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Some of us have better
Never
taste
got a
than others.
toothbrush.
It's fine.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna download this. I'm gonna save that. Yeah, well, that was fun. That was fun. Anything else? Do we have anything else?
No, I think that was a good way to end it.
I think so
The
too.
Halloween ranking.
That was solid.
That was solid.
Mhm.
Well, happy Halloween, everyone. Let us know what your favorite candy was. You agreed with our tier list, and yeah, there's let us know. I guess what else can people let us know?
What's their favorite scary movie?
Favorite scary movie? What anything, Grant? Like favorite Halloween tradition?
Yeah, favorite
watch
Halloween
Halloween.
traditions, favorite Halloween memories. We've kind of chatted about a little bit of all of ours, but it's, everyone has good, interesting stories. So let us know what was yours.
Let us know. And before we close out, let's take turns real quick. What was your favorite Halloween costume growing up?
I thought about this the
and then
other
we'll
day
get
when
out
I
of
asked. I think mine was Snow White.
Snow White. When did you dress up like Snow
I
White?
was Snow White a couple of times, even in adulthood.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
I think I liked Snow White.
Good pick. Good
Mhm.
pick. What about you, Grant?
So this is gonna be a throwback. We had a Halloween party when I was a kid growing up. I think I was like 6 or 7,
Mm-hmm.
and I went as a knight.
Ooh.
And the cherry on top of the sundae, the real masterful part of this costume was my mom had like cut a milk jug in half, but not all the way. So it was like you're looking at a milk jug, kind of had a mullet, kind of thing. We wrapped
Yeah.
it in tinfoil. It looked like a medieval helmet. And,
So cool.
yeah. See where it was,
Yep,
and then
that's so
it
cool.
was dope. It was dope. It was such a '90s
Yeah.
like
Homemade.
knight's costume. Oh yeah, dude, it was awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
How old were you? Did you say?
I want to say I was like six or
Six.
7.
See, I think like when you're youngest, that's when it's the funnest. Like I know, like as
Oh, yeah.
adults, and there's been moments we've all dressed up, probably Halloween parties and shit. But and I remember a few costumes when I was growing up, and a couple that I had pictures of that just kind of always stood out. But I had this one picture still, and it just also is just like a cool costume, and it was one of the costumes that you could probably get today, where it's like you got the one piece, and then you got the plastic freaking mask with the string, the stretchy tight string on the back. But I think it was more or less around the time of like Batman Forever was coming out, I think. And I got a Batman Forever costume, and my mom got a Catwoman costume, and I have a picture of this. This was like I had to be in like third grade or something.
Oh, you're younger.
Third or second grade. I was
like
young.
grade.
Yeah.
First or second, I would say.
Being Batman, I mean, that was cool. I'm glad I did that. There's certain superheroes. I'm sure like kids dress up as superheroes all the time now, but that was really cool. And to have that picture, that's also pretty fun to look back. And that was just like, that's just those costumes you go to Walmart now and you can get, because they have like, they're just easy. But I don't really know if I have any homemade ones or anything like that. But I've had makeup put on like when I was a vampire, stuff like that. That was fun. But yeah, it's just fun. It's fun when you're young, and it's actually one of those holidays, Halloween, that as you get older, it's still fun. And it just kind of
changes. It morphs with you.
Yeah,
grows
like
with you.
how you celebrate is a little bit different, but it's always fun to kind of sit back and reflect on like the nostalgia. Like I love this time of year. Like this month of October has just been great. Talking about football with Wonder Sports and stuff like that, and also like we've had a lot of cool episodes and then just sitting down and talking about this time of year because it's just a cool time of year. So yeah, we want to wish everyone a happy Halloween. Let us know what you guys think of this episode. We will do it again next year, hopefully, and we'll talk about some more spooktacular topics and stuff and stories. And yeah, thank you, Grant, for taking time to be on for the Halloween special. Thank you, Bailey. Appreciate y'all. Do y'all have any closing remarks before I wrap it up?
Nothing much. Thank you for listening, and I hope everyone has a safe and kick-ass Halloween.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.